something that I absolutely love to hear from people that I look up to and that I'm trying to learn from is stories from them and sort of experiences from them where things weren't easy and where it makes them look human. Like where they were going through a period with their brand where things weren't beautiful and it actually got really ugly. Or things weren't easy and it was actually really hard. Or they didn't do everything perfectly and they actually made a whole bunch of mistakes. And, I just got an email recently from somebody who said, "Oh man, Rob, you make everything look so easy." And the very first thing that I thought was, it's not easy for me at all either. It's actually really, really difficult. And so I want to share with you in this video a lot of the struggles that I've gone through, a lot of the mistakes that I've made, so that you can really start to see yourself in a new light and recognize that, where I'm at, what I'm doing with my own clothing brand isn't really anything special that you couldn't do. And that it literally just comes down to following a certain set of universal principles and understanding things a little bit differently, but that you're fully capable of achieving the same things that I've achieved, and I'm fully capable of achieving the same things that people who are above me have achieved. And so I really want to talk about it. Here it is. Apparel Success is sponsored by my buds over at Design Crowd. And if you're not that good with designs, I really recommend that you try them out. You post a project on Design Crowd, amazing designers from all around the world are going to compete for your project. You choose the winner, then you get that design plus revisions. I've legit sold thousands of these designs on my website, and I got them all made through Design Crowd. If you're interested, head over to designcrowd.com/apparel to learn about the special offer that I have for you, or just use the discount code apparel when you post a project on Design Crowd. I really believe that the reason why most people only ever live the status quo and never really achieve any above average results in any domains of life, whether that's fitness, career, or relationships, I really believe that it comes down to a programming that most people are unaware of. And I think that what the programming is that they view people who have those things as either being genetically gifted. Maybe they had a lucky business idea, or maybe they were just born in the cool crowd and they're not one of them. And there's really this feeling of having this fixed mindset. It's like this fixed mindset of who you are and what you will ever be is permanently drilled into you. And this is something that really needs to fundamentally flip for you in order for you to start to get real results in your business. You need to understand, just like I had to understand, and I'm constantly working on understanding, that anybody who's achieved great things in the world, they're human beings just like you. And all that it comes down to is how badly do you want it? How much are you willing to work for it? Like, for example, if you took a really skinny guy who wanted to get jacked and buff, and he was willing to do everything that it took to get jacked and buff, he could do it. It may not be as easy as somebody who has a bigger body type, but if that guy was willing to do whatever it took, he would eat more calories than he needs to, and he would really do it. He'd go to the gym twice a day and just blast himself in the gym. And it may not happen overnight, but after 6 months, a year, 2 years, he could eventually become a big jacked guy. And I think that it's really no different with growing a business. If you really want this, all that it's going to take is for you to really put in the work and to really truly want this and make the sacrifices necessary to get it. So the reason that I'm telling you this is because it's easy to slip into this mindset where other people know better than you, where other people are better than you, they've got something that you don't have, that it's the linchpin to your whole success and what would allow you to become successful. And all of that is really just this fairy tale and this fantasy that you're creating in your head and this rationalizing for why you can't get to the result that you're going after. And one of the reasons why I want to talk to you openly about my mistakes and the things that I haven't done well inside of my business is because what you'll realize is that I'm just no different from you at all. Like, even my speaking ability into the camera right now to talk about these ideas, when I first started, I was horrible. What happens is you get to a point where you're like 23, 24, my age, 24 today, actually it's my birthday. Thank you. And yeah, you get to this point where you're just like, okay, I have to make a decision. I have to do something. And this is like what, my 400th video now, so it's easy. And it's just been repetition. And you know, it's the same thing with my clothing brand. It's like when I first started, I had no idea what I was doing. Like truly had no idea what I was doing. And it took a while to start making sales, like a long time. And, you know, I almost quit after 6 months. It was that bad because we weren't getting enough sales to really make it worth it. And it was just through pushing through it, releasing new things, trying different strategies, really trying to problem solve and find new ways to get to the goal that you eventually sort of just lock into things, right? And you sort of just find out what's working through testing. So, you know, I'm not delusional around this. You may not have the same creative talent level as somebody else running their clothing brand. Or you may be extremely creatively talented and don't have the business understanding or the business side of things figured out. But does that mean that because you have this deficiency that you're not going to be successful? No, it just means that you might be like the skinny guy in the gym who needs to eat more than other people do and needs to go to the gym more, and you can get to those same results. And it's really about understanding yourself and understanding what your deficiencies are and then working on those and really like putting in the effort to compensate so that you can get the same results that other successful businesses are getting. Being straight up honest with you, I'm not a super talented designer. Most of the designs for my own clothing brand, I got somebody else to help me out with. And at the same time, I've released products for my clothing brand that I was honestly embarrassed to release afterwards. Like in hindsight, I realized, wow, I shouldn't have come out with that. That was a really bad idea. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because I'm sure as a clothing brand owner, that's something that you're going to experience as well. And it doesn't say anything about you. It doesn't say that you're a bad clothing brand owner. It doesn't say that, you know, you're never going to be successful in anything and that you're a bad person. It's just something to learn from. And that pain that you go through, the embarrassment that you feel, or the experience of, oh crap, what a failure that was, it's all just something to learn from. And it really is. And, you know, there's no room for the ego in this space. It's such a hard space to work in and to truly make successful. And you're going to have to test so many things and try so many things on Instagram, on TikTok, in your ads, different designs, different things on your website, that if you're getting caught up in your ego with everything and you think that everything needs to work every time, you know, there's no room for that in this space. It all just comes down to testing, figuring out what's working, figuring out what your audience likes, and it will eventually work once you lock in on your own personal formula for your own brand. And so literally, not to be corny here, but a mantra that I want you to remember while you're working on your brand is, Rob's no different from me. You know, this guy's no different from me. They're no different from you. We're all cut from the same cloth, and it's what skills are you developing? And how are you working on this? Like, what's the degree of commitment and what's the degree of passion? And that's really the big difference here. And so, you know, I wanted to share that message with you and hopefully bring us a little bit closer in terms of how you're feeling and giving you some confidence and allowing you to understand that this is truly something that you can do. I'm not just saying this to hype you up. It really is. And, you know, start focusing on the skills and building the skills, and the success comes once you've really earned it. So I hope that that helps. If you got a lot of value to this video, please hit the like button for me. It really helps me get these videos out there. And let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. And if you haven't already, check out my free clothing brand marketing masterclass. All you have to do to get access is go to apparelsuccess.com/masterclass. You can watch the whole thing for free. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.